Chapter 3. Karina. On Labor Day weekend, Papa moves in. We invite all the relatives to celebrate. When my grandfather puts on his red silk tunic, I know it's going to be a good party. He saves that one for weddings and festivals. He hums a Bollywood song as he cleans and polishes his glasses. To me, they look like Harry Potter glasses. To him, they are Gandhi glasses. It took a while for my parents to persuade him to leave California and live with us. After Grandma passed, Mom and Dad called him every single day and badgered him to come. This is how it finally went down to get him to agree. Mom said, "We have our hands full with the franchise and we may want to expand. We really need your help in raising Karina." That argument cinched the deal. "If my daughter needs me, I will come," Papa replied. Hence the party. Part of me is worried about sharing the upstairs with Papa. He will be in the spare room, which I had been using to spread out all my pictures and stuff. My room would not have won any neatness awards before, and now with all my pictures in it, it's really cramped. Gah. I know Mom is also worried about having Dad's father moving in. She wonders if he'll expect her to be the dutiful Indian daughter-in-law, old country style. I overheard them discussing it the other night. If I sit on the stairs, I can hear most of what they say when they talk in the living room. They may not like that, but sometimes I need to do it to stay on my toes. "Do you think Papa will expect me to cook Indian food every night?" Mom asked. "I hope not," Dad said. "We make do with takeout from the store, and he will have to as well." "What if he thinks I'm an awful daughter-in-law?" she wailed. "He won't," Dad said. "How could he?" Mom replied, "I just want things to go smoothly, you know?" I know that's what we all want. I start to wonder what people will think of Papa's accent, but I brush the thought aside and focus on the benefits of Papa moving in. Especially that I can chill at home more because there will be someone here to keep me company. Dad is in the living room, hanging the "Welcome to Houston, Papa" sign I made. And Mom is running around the house straightening things that are already straight. She has the tikka masala and naan catered, but took the day off yesterday to make the vegetables and salad. She yells for Dad. "Babe, have you tasted the aloo? Is the salt all okay?" He and I tasted the potatoes a few hours ago, and we both certified that the salt was fine. Mom has clearly lost her mind. "Babe?" she calls again. Dad and I roll our eyes. Then she stops in her tracks when she finally notices how I'm dressed. "Ah!" she says when she sees me in the traditional Indian Gangra Kuli. I beam. I'm feeling it too. I posted a picture with the caption OOTD, outfit of the day, for my friends. The skirt is full into the floor and has a green and yellow paisley print. The solid yellow blouse is fitted and shows a sliver of tummy. I have looped the scarf that matches the skirt around my neck. "Ah, now all you need are some earrings," Mom says, giving me a hug. "Go and find some from my jewelry box." Family arrived within minutes of each other, like they'd planned the chaos, including Mom's brother, Uncle Raj uncle, and Lindsay auntie and their kids, and Dad's sister and her kids. Everyone is talking over one another. I grab a plate of samosas and race my cousins upstairs to play the Wii. An hour later, our house is bursting at the seams with hugging people and music, food, and laughter. I hear guests welcome Papa repeatedly, tell him how happy they are that he has moved here, and invite him over for a meal. Papa must be beaming. When we come down for lunch, the tension has slipped off Mom's shoulders, or maybe she shrugged it off. Now she is relaxed, and she grins when the pulsating beat of Bhangra music starts. My cousins and I giggle as all the grown-ups get up to their feet. I'm not sure how it happened, but it has become a dance party. I have a theory, though. I think it's the call of Papa's magical red silk tunic. Someone eggs Papa on. Come on, it's your party. You have to join us. Papa is the center of attention with his white mane and his big laugh. My cousins whistle. Mom claps and her foot taps. Papa looks over to me. I want to run and hide. I am not the best dancer, but when Papa has both his hands outstretched, how could I refuse? Papa can move, even with his arthritis. Now everyone is clapping to the beat. I twirl, and so does my skirt. Mid-twirl, I freeze. I see the strangest thing. What? How? Chris Daniels, my next-door neighbor, is in the middle of my living room. Chris Daniels, the boy who is friends with the hyenas, just saw me spinning in my dressed-up Indian outfit. I want the ground to split and swallow me. My raised hands fall and tug my blouse over my exposed middle. I miss my footing and stumble right into Chris. He catches me. That's how I know he's not a hologram. I knocked. I rang the doorbell, he stuttered. Of course he did. But there was no way we could have heard over the music rocking the Chopra house. Chris points to the front door. My dad wants to talk to your dad, he says. I nod and go to find him, wondering what on earth his father would want to say to Dad. I tug at Dad's shirt and point to Chris, telling him Chris's dad is outside. Dad walks out. Chris and I follow. Before Dad can close the door, Papa steps out too. Chris's dad is pacing outside. He looks like he inhaled a steam engine. I can't pull out of my house, and I'm running late, he says, pointing at the car blocking part of his driveway. He could have said hello. He always seems to be in a big hurry, too busy to chat. I see Dad take a deep breath. I'm sorry, he says calmly. Give me a minute. I will have the car moved. Dad leaves to find the owner of the car. Then I hear Chris say, See you in school, Karina. That surprises me. We have never seen each other in school before, and I was not expecting our orbits to collide. Chapter 4. Chris. Last night, I left a letter from my math teacher on the kitchen counter. I knew it would make the gray clouds gather. As I predicted, it was a stormy day inside the house, even though it's bright and sunny outside. The strategy was top-notch. They would come home after dinner with their friends and be in a happy mood, and they would see the letter. They would have time to sleep on it. Mom would calm Dad down after he saw the note, which said, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Daniels, I worry that Chris may not be in the right class. We should discuss his math abilities and aptitude. Sincerely, Mrs. Hubbard, 7th grade math. My last worksheet is attached. A letter D is etched in red. It's early in the school year, just Labor Day weekend. Too early to start dealing with the math beast. But the math teacher doesn't agree with me. She thinks problems should be nipped in the bud. I was struggling. Finding the value of X was as impossible as finding the socks that got lost in the laundry every week. Maybe the washing machine had the socks and the X answers. When I enter the kitchen, Mom is drinking coffee and Dad is trying to fix a lopsided blind by pulling on it. He yanks. The blind responds by now tilting at a sharp angle. Dad swears. Mom notices me and says, Good morning, sleepyhead. We saved you some food. Dad yanks again. If it doesn't work once, you should always try the failed method again. Then he sees me. We need to talk about this. he says, picking up the worksheet and waving it around. Bill? Mom says, give the boy a chance to eat. Dad yanks for the third time. But the blind is now at an even sharper angle. He cusses again. I'm going to shower and then to the mechanic. The car's making a strange sound. Last thing we need. Let's say the transmission is about to die and charge us thousands of dollars. Last thing we need. When Dad's stressed, he repeats himself. As he walks away, he says, Chris, your math grade has to improve. Yes, sir, I say. Chris, honey, Mom says, maybe you should start going to the after-school tutorials. Your aunt says they really helped Tim. Or maybe I need to forget about algebra and drop down to the easier math class, I say, frustrated. Chris, look at me, she says. Can you honestly say you've tried your very best? She has a point, but I ignore her question. Maybe Dad needs to go for some anger management classes, I mumble. Chris, she says, Dad is stressed about work. There were more layoffs at his company last week. He's worried. I'll talk to him. Mom always makes excuses for Dad's irritability. But she'd make excuses for my math grades. Dad heads out while I'm still in the kitchen eating. Slowly, I take one bite of waffle and another of egg, alternating sweet and salty, the way I like it. A few minutes later, Dad returns. Cars blocking the driveway. The neighbors must be having a party. There are cars lining both sides of the street. Chris, go tell them to move that car. Why me? I say. I barely know them. Isn't that kid in your class? Asks Dad. Yeah, but she doesn't even talk to me. Go, go, he says. Karina's family has lived next door for years, but my parents hardly ever talk to them either, except to say good morning. Dad believes that just because you live next door to someone, it doesn't mean you have to be friends. When they first moved in, Mom thought of trying to get to know Mrs. Chopra, but she never found the time to go over and say hello. I changed quickly into shorts and a t-shirt and run across the yard. Cars are parked all down the street and into the cul-de-sac. Someone has squeezed their car into a space outside our house, but it blocks our driveway enough that backing out is impossible. I ring the doorbell and wait. Dad's in the car, watching impatiently. I ring the doorbell again. Embarrassing. No answer. I can hear the party inside. I ring the doorbell for a third time and try not to look over at Dad. I can feel his foot tapping. I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and turn the knob on the front door. On the outside, our houses are built of the same bricks and siding, same windows and door, same oak trees in the front yard, same front doors. They're like two chocolates in a box. But on the inside, they have different centers. There are at least 50 people milling around. I stand in the foyer, unnoticed, gaping. How am I supposed to find Karina? Some of the women are wearing bright Indian clothes, and a few of them men wear turbans. I'll have to ask Matt why, or Google it. The music pulsates, but the lyrics are in a language I don't recognize. And it's loud. No wonder they didn't hit the doorbell. A homemade banner says, Welcome to home. Welcome to Houston, Papa. Who's Papa? Dad, I can feel his foot tapping. Where am I? Oh, this one's slightly messed up. For those wondering, I'm right here. I remember that Dad is waiting in the driveway. I need to find Karina's dad. Fast. I take a few steps into the living room and I see her. She's dancing with an older man. His loose, long shirt is as red as Superman's cape. As she twirls, Karina's skirt is like a floating halo around her feet. She turns and sees me. Karina stumbles. I don't blame her. I would lose my footing too if I suddenly saw her in my living room. She collides straight into me. We almost land on our butts, but I manage to step back, find my balance, and steady us. I knocked. Uh, I rang the doorbell, I said. She looks stunned, as if she doesn't understand. My dad wants to talk to your dad, I say. Oh, she says. Okay. Within minutes, Karina finds her dad and they step outside with me. Dad is now pacing outside. I wish he had stayed in his car. I wish that he had taken a deep breath and calmed down while he waited. The older man in red, who must be Karina's grandfather, steps out too. Dad points to the car blocking our driveway. He sounds annoyed when he tells them he's running late. I want to evaporate into thin air. Karina's dad apologizes. He says he'll have the car moved in a minute and runs back inside to get the driver. Dad notices the older man and nods in greeting before he walks off to wait in his car. I want to tell Karina that my dad's having a bad morning, but that would be weird. Karina introduces her grandfather. He just moved here from California, she says. I shake his hand. Daniels, I tell myself. You gotta make up for your father's lack of friendliness with a smile that splits your face. See you in school, Karina, I blurt out as they leave.